Got it. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglosh for the WDMA. And we're going to have a jingle mingle next week, Friday. It never gets old, does it? Okay, so we're going to go over to a Aldi Christmas commercial. Not sure what year, but I do remember it, and I was laughing to tears this morning when I came across it. So I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, there's two Audi vehicles here, and there's one spot left in the mall parking. Okay, and so they're going to race and try to find it, and you'll get the gist of it. I don't know how they both got it at the same time. It says full, and one left. So they're going to hit the gas. Merry Christmas to you. And here comes the caroling. The lady's filling her car, but she's not leaving. Pretty famous actors too. Anyway, no, park in the. And then they had this Christmas music all at the end, and then we'll skip to the end because it's just frustration and frustration. Oops, we can't skip to the end that way. Okay, so here they go, and then they get to the end, and they can't find the last spot. Nobody knows where it is that they're racing for, and then they see the ramps and the open parking lot, the open parking lot across the street. And then they're in the mall, and the one toy is left. The one toy that everybody wanted this year. Most wonderful time of the year. All right. Yeah, there's a little bit of that. Yeah, I wanted to see if my tree lit up, but it did. It's all lit up. Okay, so let's get over to the news, and we got some really interesting news that I didn't know about. Maybe you don't either, but Amazon will give your overworked delivery driver. That's from Amanda. I don't know. Amazon and the driver network have a sort of an adversarial relationship, but the average pay is around $20 an hour. And above. So last year, a delivery driver said that the high volume of orders during the holiday season makes life hell. And apparently there's a place on Reddit where Amazon drivers can write in. But this year, contracted workers can get a $5 tip if their customer says, "Alexa, thank my driver." And just playing this video will probably give them that, because I'm saying, "Alexa, thank my driver." I've heard that if someone mentions Alexa on TV, that it'll do what they say. "Alexa, order a Christmas present from Macy's." Well, let me know if that works. Anyways, Amazon, meanwhile, is being sued by the District of Columbia Attorney General, but it's something they fixed 3 years ago, so they said it's out without any merit. And this year they're going to celebrate 15 billion packages delivered. The driver that gets the 5 drivers that get the most of these thank yous, Alexa thank yous, will get a $10,000 bonus and $10,000 donated to the charity of their choice. And Amazon will pay about $5 million out just for this promotion, but they paid $4.3 on anti-union consultants last year, and probably a lot of other things they spent more on. But nobody asked them to do this. I think it's a kind of a nice idea, and you can still hand the driver a $5 if you want to, but if you don't, you can ask Alexa to do it, and Amazon will do it for you. How cool is that? Okay, this is from Craig Huey. 10 easy ways to optimize your site for Christmas sales. And there were some pretty good ones on here. It's probably a little late for this year. Make sure your email, paid search, banner ads, and Facebook ads, including your direct mail, are relevant to your landing page. Of course, Google says the bounce rate on regular click-through to websites is 50%, and the bounce rate to landing pages is 80%. So it may not be the best to do a landing page per se, although that may say more about the offers than the landing pages as a category. If you don't have a specific landing page in place for your paid search, I like this one. Try linking ads to a product-specific page instead of your generic home page. You know, I was after Hammacher Schlemmer. I think I got catalogs behind me to test some QR codes when we were working together just a couple of years ago. And but it went to their generic homepage, not to a particular item. And I think that would be a good test. Also, Daniel over at Land's End, I think, should try some of that. Let's get some of those. Let's help the customers out when we're using a catalog. Get them right to the spot. There's another one down further that I'm going to mention in the same context. Tell them how long they have left on the advantage of their special seasonal discounts. With Land's End, I worry about running out of stock because I mainly buy fleeces and turtlenecks. And this is a Land's End turtleneck, yes, and it's wonderful. It just caresses my neck so wonderfully. Anyway, but I have to order right away. I better order right away, this maybe today, just because they run out of some of the colors, and I have quite an assortment, and I only want to fill in a few colors. That sea blue color I like, and I don't think they had that last year. Double check your offer details, guarantee, shipping procedures, and return policy for clarity. I once did some work with Stanley Tam at in U.S. Plastics, and they asked me, do you think our guaranteed shipping in 32 working hours is deceptive? I said, wait, let me think. If I order on Monday afternoon, you'll guarantee to ship it by Friday? I said, what's it? So anyway, we went out in the warehouse, and the next 2 weeks later, the head of operations said, hey, John, we're shipping 98% same day. I said, yeah, I know, you should. That was really something. They rearranged the warehouse. So you might think I only do data, but I've been in a lot of warehouses that make no sense. And I've been in some that make a lot of sense, and I can compare yours to theirs. Okay, free shipping for some orders or big orders or whatever. Plenty of product details. This is always a bugaboo for me. You know, how wide is an 8-inch fry pan? Is it the 8 inches, or is it the bottom of the fry pan, or what is it? You know, what is a 7-inch fry pan, an 8-inch fry pan? I was trying to look at fry pans because ours has about had it. Social proof, ratings and testimonials. Yeah, I like that. Sometimes I go on Amazon just for the reviews and then buy it somewhere else. I was an Amazon affiliate and I'm an Amazon author, and but I'm not a big fan. My daughter, interestingly, just today I found this out, said not to buy from Amazon because their stuff is cheap, she said. And I've always been amazed that people don't realize that Amazon does very little curation on the quality of the item, but they are good for finding stuff. Okay, here's one, a really interesting one. Say Merry Christmas on your website. If you just say Happy Holidays, it will depress sales and turn off 25% of your prospects. Yeah, I'm kind of into that. And but you know, I would love to see test data on that one, Craig. So maybe I'll send Craig a note. Say, do you have any test data on the Merry Christmas versus Happy Holidays? What a great thing to test. It's a little late now, but maybe there's still time. Make sure your site has a gift center. You know, you'd be amazed what people can appreciate for a gift. You know, even if you're B2B, you might have something in there. Nice pens, something, a writing pad, tablet, something like that. Some duct tape for the handyman in your life. Make sure your site lets prospects sort by variables such as category, price range, age, and interests. I really never see that. I still never see that on websites. It doesn't have to be for Christmas. It's just multiple views of your own product categories. What a great idea. People like to see most popular gifts category, unique gifts category, someplace on there for unique gifts. I like starbursts. Create a category by age or relationship, something for your grandkids, kids, parents. We talked a lot about that stuff in some of the catalogs I worked with that were primarily gift, and none of them did it. So these are interesting ideas. I think you might have to kick them around a bit before you get to next Christmas. Lastly, use direct response copy. What an idea, right? There's copy that creates decisions. And as I've said before, direct mail guaranteed goes to a decision maker in the house and guarantees a decision is made. You have to decide because mail doesn't throw itself away, unlike digital, which throws itself away, right? Or mass media. So mail doesn't throw itself away, so people have to decide, am I going to keep it or am I going to toss it? They're making decisions with your mail. So you might want to emphasize the decision in the mailing piece and make it easy to order and get to the landing page, or a one-click option if you can build that. I was talking with Sam. We're having our big mailer get-together this afternoon. Sam from Colony really inspired it. And he's inspired me in a lot of ways. So thank you for that, Sam. Anyway, here's another article from Patrick Carroll. I do his almost all the time. From Sequel up in Minneapolis. And he says that 44% of marketers in 2022 increased their direct mail spend, according to the Sequel industry survey that just came out. And 42% said they were going to keep it consistent. Okay, I talked with a pretty large B2B mailer yesterday, and they said that in COVID, now their product line was related to conferences, and the conferences that I wanted to go to all shut down. So I can see that they would have had cutbacks. They would have had to cut back. But they said, they've cut back mail and their catalog, and now they haven't really gone back to it. They're going all digital. And I said, well, make sure you watch and keep an eye on their downstream value, because I've seen consistently that downstream value for digitally acquired customers, new customers, is about a quarter what it is for mail acquired customers. And that's in both business to business and in consumer, interestingly. So what happens is, and this is why a lot of catalogs go out of business, is they go through this digital transformation that everybody thinks is so nifty, especially lots of times boards of directors who are not familiar with direct mail industry and just see the cost per piece and say that's exorbitant. There's a good word. There's still some words in there. But as we just said, direct mail can get attention in a way that, and get engagement in a way that digital doesn't. See the preceding article. And so they cut back their mail, and they think they're gaining new customers at half the price. But what they don't realize is they're worth a quarter of the value. And so they go on about a year or two, and then they keep mailing these digital names, and they just do terrible, right? They don't last. They don't reorder. And all of a sudden, it's too late. Your sales are way down, and you don't know what to do, and now you don't have the money to pull it out again. Very, 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 very dangerous place to be in. So I always recommend that you keep mailing some and compare that, especially compare that downstream revenue and reorder rate with mail and compared to digital. Don't just go to digital. We've seen too many examples of that. Direct mail appeals to consumers because it allows them to engage with brands whenever and wherever they are most comfortable. Direct mail marketing is the most effective way to reach prospects and it's simple to integrate with digital platforms. So one option is shared mail or coupon mailers or Valpaks, if you know what that is. But always keep in mind the cost per square inch. How much selling space do you get, and compare that that coupon mailer, very, very inexpensive, good way to test things. But it doesn't have the same engagement because you can throw the whole package away. The people who build it need to get that package opened, and not all of them do as well as it varies. But it's a way to start testing, see what happens. Solo mail also great. Again, it gives you a lot more flexibility. We talked about the bucks. It wasn't really. It was like a big package with a Giannis sneaker, tennis shoe in there, a big one, and gives you the flexibility and control. That thing pulled 25% response rate. They sent out 50 and they got 4 new clients. No, they sent out 25 and they got 4 new clients. Can you imagine? Wow, that's awesome. Automated mail is a way to tiptoe in. You can remail to some web visitors, especially if you have a high ticket item or something. You can add another touch point into your customer journey and always test it. Brian DeLate shared with me that customers who spend an enormous amount of time, a very, very high amount of time, there's not much boost in that. And customers who spend almost no time, there's not much boost in it. It's the middle where that is most effective. Thank you for that, Brian. Brian is at LS Direct and excellent in automated mail. And we've had him on the show. And he and I worked together on Lovesac, and just explosive growth from that program, and they're still doing it today. Cart abandonment, always an idea. Make sure you get it done quick. Item retargeting, does anybody really want that? But again, if you have a high-ticket item, it makes sense to give them another touch on the customer journey. And the best approach to direct mail in 2023 is a mix. Although the more you mix, the more difficult it is to tell what's going on and who has the real causal force. So testing is crucial, and one of the things I like about Patrick is he always talks about testing, and I think I highlighted a testing capabilities here. And he also got it right that the list is most important. List, offer, and creative, in that order usually. And most of the time we focus the opposite direction completely. So, Merry Christmas. I'll say it. Have a great day. Like and share, especially the share button on LinkedIn is worth 20 likes. So if you really like something, if you get to the end, send me a comment. And don't forget, Jingle Mingle next Friday, not tomorrow, but the week from Friday, at sometime 2 or 3 or in the afternoon sometime, depending on where you are. Everybody will be invited. Have a great day. Bye-bye.